Great Explorations 2017 Chaperone and Tour Guide Training. Great Explorations 2017 will be held on November 17th at the IRSC Main Campus. Our theme this year, Where Dreams Are Discovered. We are encouraging presenters to engage students by making a connection to the major of their choice and the career of their dreams. This will be a really fun way to connect our programs to student interest and help them to better understand the outstanding programs we have to offer. What is Great Explorations? For over 20 years, Indian River State College has invited and encouraged the high schools in our 4-county service district to participate in Great Explorations, our annual college-wide career explorations event. Students are scheduled on custom tours to see several degree and career areas of their choice. Objectives. This is a great opportunity for students to be exposed to various programs available at IRSC. This event creates an awareness of educational opportunities and career options available right here in our community. We'll not only introduce students to baccalaureate, AA, AS, AAS degrees, and career and technical certificate programs. We'll also engage students in career-based, hands-on activities and connect students with professionals in the areas of their interest in an open environment. Okay, for the format of the day. High school students and chaperones will arrive by bus. The students will go directly to their designated area to find their seat identified by tour guide number and location of their name tag. Now, everyone will receive a copy of the campus map of Indian River State College. But to show you the view of how it will look that morning, you'll be coming in. Here is the cross-campus road. Drop-off will be between, I guess what you would consider the H and the O building here on the cross-campus road. It's a direct line to the V building in the morning for the Indian River, Okeechobee, and St. Lucie County buses. They will drop off here at the cross-campus road, and the students will come in here, the V building, the Kite Center on the map. This is where they will find their designated area and their tour. Here in the H building is where we will have tour guide check-in. So the students will come this way and go straight into the main atrium of the V building, and the tour guides and chaperones will stop here in H building to check in before entering the V building. This is where they will get their material and where they will have check-in. Now for the later group for Martin County, over here is the T building, the McAlpin Theater. The students will get dropped off here at the roundabout or bus loop, and the students will then go into the theater, and in the lobby area before entering the theater will be the check-in for those chaperones and tour guides. Now, if you are headed to the public safety complex, after drop-off is done at V building or at T building for Martin County, your buses will then proceed to our public safety complex, which is located off Kirby Loop Road. The buses will come in and drop off at Public Safety Building 2, which is our Bailey Auditorium. This facility, the students will go in to their designated area and find a seat identified by the tour number and location on their name tag. Chaperones will then check in at the same building. This is the facility schedule for Great Explorations on November 17th. Main Campus, St. Lucie County, Indian River, and Okeechobee counties will arrive between 7:45 and 8:15 at the Kite Center. Martin County will arrive between 8:15 and 8:55 a.m. at the McAlpin Theater. After dropping off on Main Campus, the buses will then travel to the Treasure Coast Public Safety Complex with the students and chaperones who will be going to that location. St. Lucie County, Indian River, and Okeechobee counties will then arrive between 7:50 and 8:30 a.m. that morning at the Treasure Coast Public Safety Complex Bailey Auditorium, Building 2. Martin County will arrive on their buses between 8:40 and 9 o'clock a.m. Remember, after drop-off, please visit the check-in table prior to finding your seat or tour. Prior to the opening session, please have students fill out the registration form. This will be located in the IRSC tour guide packet. After the opening session, tours will be dismissed by tour number. It may not be in numerical order, so please listen carefully. Tour guides will lead each tour to the career presentation location and then to lunch. Lunch will be provided after the career presentations. Students will sit by high school and remain seated until they are called for bus departure. The high school chaperones' responsibilities will differ slightly from the IRSC tour guide's responsibilities. Everyone will arrive and depart by bus with the students from your high school. Each chaperone will supervise between 15 to 25 high school students on your tour to ensure their safety while on campus. Establish behavior expectations for students on your tour during the career presentations. No talking or cell phone use. Treat all students as though they're your own. Monitor all of the students on the tour at all times. Several times in the past, unsupervised students do not make it back to the tour before it's time to change locations. This is why it's important that you do not leave your tour or allow students to wander off unattended for any reason. If you do have an emergency and for some reason need to leave, please call the general information number on the emergency contact list and request a backup to be assigned to cover your responsibilities. Don't forget to have fun. This will help encourage students in participation and help them feel more comfortable asking questions. Please assist the IRSC tour guide in collecting evaluations after the last presentation before lunch. The IRSC tour guide's responsibilities include pick up and manage the tour guide's packet including all the necessary supplies for the day. They will lead the group to each of the designated career presentation locations and then to lunch in the gym or the Public Safety Building 2 Bailey Auditorium. Assist in monitoring all the students on your tour at all times. Collect student evaluations at the end of the last presentation and return them to the gym or the Bailey during lunch. And make sure you have fun too. The tour guide packet will include the tour assignment and responsibility sheet for each chaperone, student attendance list, registration forms, evaluations. Remember, they are given after the last tour and collected. Pens to fill out the paper registration forms and the evaluations. Emergency contact sheet. Please don't hesitate to call if you have any questions or need assistance. Campus map. Tour number on a stick. This will be your group's number. Please make sure you and the students are aware of the group's number. Starter questions to get the conversation started if needed during the presentations. After the morning welcome, tour groups will be dismissed by number. When your number is called, you and your entire group will exit as instructed. IRSC's tour guide will lead you to the first stop on your tour assignment. Chaperones, be sure all the students remain with your tour the entire day. After dismissal, please wait until after arriving at the first presentation before escorting any students to the restroom. Do not allow students to use the restroom after dismissal begins. This is the information contact sheet. For example, if a student from your tour gets lost, or you have to find a tour group for a student, please contact the General Information line at 772-462-7805. If a student needs disciplinary action, they're more than welcome to sit with our security at 772-462-4755. If a student gets sick or hurt, non-life-threatening, they can contact our Health and Wellness line at 772-462-7825. Remember, for life-threatening emergencies, call 911. This is the emergency contact sheet that will be in your tour guide packet. Again, please don't hesitate to call if you have any questions or if you need assistance in any way. Upon the conclusion of the last presentation and evaluations, all main campus tours will report to the gym for lunch. Treasure Coast Public Safety Complex tours will report to the Public Safety Building 2, the Bailey Auditorium, for lunch. Tour guides will return in the tour guide packet with the completed evaluations and all remaining materials at the drop-off table before lunch at either location. All students and chaperones can enter the lunch line. Please make sure your students are aware of their high school's reserved seating location. High school chaperones, please count your students prior to dismissal and alert an IRSC employee if any of your students have not returned from their tour. Please maintain control during lunch. Monitor all students and assist with whatever is needed and answer any questions. Students are seated by the school and each have a specific departure time so that the exit goes smoothly and all schools can return prior to the end of their school day. Helpful hints. Set some ground rules with your students to establish your expectations early. Students are expected to stay with the group during all tour stops. Let them know you'll be keeping track of each student. Tell the students to be courteous to presenters and no use of cell phones is allowed during the presentation, just as they would in class at their high school. Chaperones should lead by example and be mindful of their cell phone usage. Restroom rules. Students may only use the restroom one at a time after the entire group is situated in a session or in a small group with the high school chaperone, or the entire group can stop in between session if time allows. Stay on schedule, even if there is a late start. Encourage students to interact with the presenters. Strive for a comfortable professional look on this day. Walking shoes would be suggested. As tour guides and chaperones, we will be working with minors. Thus, we must cover the Vulnerable Persons Act. On October 1st, 2012, the Vulnerable Persons Act was signed into law. This law requires anyone with knowledge of known or suspected cases of child abuse to file a report with the Florida Abuse Hotline. This law also places certain responsibilities upon institutions of higher education like IRSC. Thus, if you know or have reasonable belief to suspect that a child is abused by an adult or is the victim of childhood sexual abuse or is the victim of a juvenile sexual offender, you must immediately notify the Department of Children and Families Abuse Hotline. Notification must be made by calling 1-800-962-2873, faxing 1-800-914-0004, web reporting at Florida DCF Abuse Reporting website. Failure to report is a violation of the law and is a third-degree felony. If you have any general or tour guide related questions before grade expirations, please contact Doug Duran or Strathers Dupree. Thank you so much for being a part of this day.